If you've caught our top 10 series, you already know I'm a big fan of the Twisted Metal series, a licence that's pretty much redefined the car combat genre. You're currently watching some footage of its sequel, Twisted Metal 2 World Tour. I'd show the original, but Wes hasn't given my copy back yet. This is not the time, Wesley! This week I'm going to be taking a look at what could be considered a half-brother of the Twisted Metal series, an overlooked classic by the name of Road Trip Vacation 2012. Released in 1998, Road Trip came into existence after the Twisted Metal developer Single Track was bought by the now long defunct publisher GT Interactive. And seeing as the developer was pretty much synonymous with the car combat genre, it was pretty much obvious that they'd do another, and thus GT immediately set them off making a new one. Set in a way-off apocalyptic future of 2012, Road Trip Vacation 2012 sees you playing as one of 11 mercenary package tour operators, including a nun, an Elvis impersonator, and this guy, who's loosely based on your mum. It's your job to pick up fares and take them to scenic photo ops scattered around the level, whilst avoiding the competition who are also after your fare. So it's basically the good old Twisted Metal formula, except with a hint of Crazy Taxi to spice things up. Let's go make some crazy money. The game also had the more Americana suburban feel to it that the original Twisted Metal had, rather than the darker gothic tones that the later titles developed, which was even more salivating for the hardcore fans. But while it did have the same gameplay experience that the original had, it unfortunately came up short in another of Twisted Metal's awesome traits, a great storyline. Instead of being treated to an outcome to each particular player's ambitions, you simply received a cheat code which let you access boss characters and extra levels. Although Single Track went on to only make 3 more titles before closing their doors, they eventually merged back with the team that went to 989 Studios, who made Twisted Metal 3 and 4. The company are now all back together as Eat Sleep Play, who have just completed Twisted Metal Head-On Extra Twisted Edition for the PS2, and are currently at work on a PS3 sequel. As a fan, I would personally regard Road Trip to be just as much a sequel to Twisted Metal 2 as Twisted Metal 3 was, just because of the simple reason it stayed true to the original inception, rather than spin off into some pointless concept. While the background and storyline are different, it still beat the same heart underneath. But you can see for yourself as you can pick this game up for next to nothing now. So if you fancy a double at car combat, or just want to see a forgotten relic from Twisted Metal's past, it's well worth running down a copy.
This has been a Portland Interactive production for XLeague.tv.